Hi everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to another weekly reading vlog, Realmathon edition. If you don't know, Realmathon is a month-long readathon this March, hosted by Cassidy with Covers with Cassidy. She has a ton of other co-hosts, but she is the wonderful creator of this. I've participated I'm pretty sure since the beginning, maybe the last 3 years, but it's been around for 4. But I am so excited because I have been in a reading slump and a life slump, so I'm hoping this readathon will help me get out of that. I've recently returned to vlogging to also help me get out of that. So I do have some reading plans this week. I have a few books I want to get through. Right now I am in a horror mood, and I also want to read short books because I am getting out of a reading slump. I feel like short books will make me feel really productive. So first things first, let's go to the library. Alright, let me show you the 4 books that I just picked up from the library. First one is Sour Candy by Keelan Patrick Burke. This one is so tiny. I don't even know the synopsis. I just know I've heard fellow horror lovers read it and they love it. A lot of people really like Keelan Patrick Burke for his horror, so I'm hoping I also love it. This one should go by pretty quick. It's literally less than 80 pages, so that's nice. I'm excited about that. And then I got Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke and Other Misfortunes by Eric LaRocca. I have never read anything by this author, but everyone talks about him. He's one of those that as soon as a new book comes out, the whole booktube horror side is talking about him, and it seems like he writes a lot of disgusting and disturbing books. So I'm excited about this one. I'm pretty sure Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke is about 2 women and an apple peeler. I think. I don't know. Sounds spooky, but like the title says, there are other stories in here, so it looks like this will be a quick read as well. And then I got Below by Laurel Hightower. I think this might be a Mothman story, which is really interesting. I love any kind of creature feature, lore, legend type stories. Another horror, another very short one. I've heard good things about this one, so of course looking forward to it. And then the 4th book I picked up, I forgot to cancel my hold because I've already read it, but that is Adrift in Currents Clean and Clear. I actually read this one in last week's vlog, so it would have been great because it's short, but I did give this one 4 stars, so I will return that at a later date. I had already walked out by the time I realized it was something I read. But those are the 4 books. I don't know which one I want to start with. I'm kind of leaning towards Sour Candy, so I think I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna watch some TV and start reading this book before work. It's about 2:40 p.m. right now, so I have a few hours before I leave. I work, if you don't know, the night shift. Overnight shift, 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. It's ruining my life, but I'm trying to be productive, so hopefully I can start that book and then we can get this readathon going. I also forgot to mention, so in Realmathon there's 4 different realms, 4 different teams. Basically the gist is you can either add points to your team when you read a book or take points away from another team. And so the team I joined is the Stingers, and we have a little jellyfish logo, which is so cute, so cool. So I'm hoping to win because usually my teams do not win these readathons, but it's really cool. Cassidy put so much thought into this. She's so creative, and I'm so grateful that she put it on again this year. Hello. It is Monday the 3rd. I have off, so that's a glorious, wonderful day. It's actually 4:20 in the afternoon, and I'm just now updating you. So I went and worked out when I woke up today, and that's pretty much it. I also did finish watching the documentary, the new Ruby Frankie documentary. It's a really good documentary, but it is so sad and absolutely mind-blowing. I definitely recommend it if you are into watching true crime documentaries. Sour Candy, I have been reading it. It's on my bed back there, but I'm not gonna give you an update until I have finished because it's so short, I literally can't tell you a lot about it. So I'm just gonna wait and hold all of my thoughts and descriptions and everything for when I finish. And I plan on finishing it later today and starting a new book. But I do have an unboxing for you. This is a Fairy Loot unboxing, special book order. I'm not like subscribed or anything, but I wanted this so bad. It's from my favorite author of all time. Yes, my top favorite author of all time. And her other books were on Fairy Loot, and I didn't get them. I've been scouring the internet for them for a reasonable price. So if you see the other books in this collection, definitely hit me up. But this one came out and I managed to purchase it. So let me take it out of the bubble wrap so I can show you. Oh my gosh, she is stunning. It is a novel love story by Ashley Poston. Look at this edition. She's just so beautiful. So like I said, I don't have the 7-Year Slip or the Dead Romantics from Fairy Loot, but I really, really want them because these are just gorgeous, gorgeous books, and they're my favorite books of all time. Like literally all 3 of her books, like her adult romances, are my favorite of all time. So here is the naked cover. Gorgeous, beautiful. We absolutely love her. There it is, signed by the author, and then the back end pages are the same as well. But I'm so pleased to have this in my collection. I think this is my 3rd copy of this book. I desperately need to get the other 2 in Fairy Loot. So again, if you see them and it's a reasonable price, let me know and I can buy them. Or if you own them and you just like want to get rid of them, I'm your girl. But that is it for this update right now. I'm gonna go sit back in bed. I am currently editing my weekly reading vlog from last week, and it'll go up tomorrow. I'm watching a show called How I Escaped My Cult, and it's really interesting because the episode I'm currently watching is set in Abilene, Texas, and I went to college right next to Abilene, Texas, and so did my parents, and so I was texting them, and this cult was a thing when they were in college. So they were like, yeah, I know what that is. Crazy. But yeah, that's that, so I will see you later. I don't know how well you can tell, but I think it's about to storm here, and I'm so excited. I miss storms so bad. Alright, chat. I have reading updates for you. How exciting. So yesterday I finished Sour Candy, and this one, I told you I cannot explain too much about it because obviously it's 74 pages. I cannot give a lot away, but basically we follow this man and everyone knows him with his son. He's a single father. He's great to him. The only problem is he doesn't have a son. So that's all I'm gonna really tell you. This is a creepy kid story, and I think it really excels at the creepy kid factor. However, that's kind of like all I got out of it. I really liked that part, but the later half, I mean, it's very short, but at the end, I don't think I really liked the direction it went in. The build up to it is my favorite part. So I'm gonna give this one 3 stars. I definitely want to read more from Keelan Patrick Burke. However, I feel like his books are very difficult to get a hold of. I cannot find them. So if you know where to get those, let me know. He has a book called Blanky that I would really want to read. That one seems creepy. But after that, I did sit down and I started Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. And there's 2 other stories in here. So it says And Other Misfortunes. So there's 3 short stories total in here. The first one is the novella, Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. I started it and I'm not kidding. I stayed up last night to finish it. Who am I? I stayed up late to finish. I haven't done that in a long time, especially with how my schedule is now, but I was watching my favorite TV show, Evil Lives Here. It's one of my favorite shows, not like my top, but like one of my favorite like true crime shows. I stopped watching so I could read. So I finished Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke last night, this part, and this one is interesting. Again, I can't tell you too much about it without like going into specifics, but we followed these 2 women who meet because one of them is selling an apple peeler and the other one wants to buy it. And so proceeds a tale of obsession. That's all I'm going to tell you. It was twisted. I loved it. I am completely obsessed with it. This is also told through like emails and IMs, and I'm a sucker for those stories. I also think that's why I flew through it so fast, is because of the way it was told. And it just like went off the deep end and went in a direction I didn't expect. I didn't really know what to expect because I've heard people say, oh, it's about buying an apple peeler. and it gets crazy. And it definitely does. It gets twisted, it gets dark, and I absolutely loved it. And I'm giving the first story 5 stars. Now, it is my first 5-star of the year, but I don't think it really counts because I doubt the other 2 stories in here are going to be 5 stars, and I'm going to do an average of this entire collection. So things have gotten worse since we last spoke on Goodreads. The story itself has a 2-point-something rating. So shout out to me again for being an unpopular opinion and giving it 5 stars. But the other 2 stories in here, I have heard that they shouldn't have been in a collection. Like, it should have just been the first story, and I've heard the second 2 stories are not great. So we'll see. I'm gonna read those today. I had physical therapy this morning, so it's about 1 p.m. now, and let me tell you, PT went so well today. I left just feeling so happy and joyful. I'm learning so much about the mechanics of my body and how it moves, and I went in and my leg was so tight, and then he gave me such a great massage, and so my leg is feeling pretty good right now. But that is that. I think that's all I have to update you on. I do want to tell you, later this week, I'm having surgery. I haven't said that yet on a vlog. It's my first surgery ever, and it's not that big of a deal. I'm just getting all 4 wisdom teeth removed, but I have to be put fully under, and I've never had surgery. I've never been in the hospital. I've never had anything like that. So I've never had anesthesia, so I'm a little nervous. I'm mostly nervous because I know I'm gonna be in a lot of pain, and I cannot handle pain. I'm a baby when it comes to pain. And the real crime against humanity here is, I told y'all like 2 vlogs ago, every morning I have my Greek yogurt bowl with granola and honey. I ran out of my Greek yogurt, so this morning I went to go buy some. Went to the store. They were out. After PT, I went to my second store. They were also out. So I have to go hunting for my Dannon Light and Fit Greek vanilla yogurt, especially because after my surgery, I could only eat soft foods. So my yogurt is perfect for that. And now that everywhere is out the week of my surgery, it feels like a personal attack. But anyway, I'm going to sit down the rest of the day. I'm going to watch some more Evil Lives Here, and then maybe finish the Eric LaRocca collection. Who knows? Also, is it LaRocca or LaRocca? I've heard it both ways, so I'm not sure. But that is it. So I will come back with you later for an update if I do finish that today or not. Hello. It is now Wednesday. It's about 2:30 p.m. and I didn't update you again last night because I am very sick. I ended up getting really sick at like 9:30 p.m. I feel really weak and tired right now. I'm like out of breath constantly, and other things I'm not going to go into details about, but I was waking up all throughout the night just like being sick, and so I've been in bed all day. I do have to go to the nail salon again. Last week I got my nails done, but I discovered tomorrow for surgery, in my pre-op instructions, I'm not allowed to have nail stuff on my index fingers. So I have to go to the nail salon just to get my index fingers removed. Not my index fingers, the nail polish on my index fingers. Otherwise, I would just be in bed all day trying to live. But I did finish Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke and Other Misfortunes last night. So the other 2 stories in here, the next one is called The Enchantment. And this one follows a husband and wife whose son has recently died, and so they go and stay like on this isolated island to be hotel caretakers. Think like The Shining. And a stranger knocks on their door. And that's all I'm gonna say. So I gave that one 4 stars. I did really enjoy it. It was really creepy. I just love the idea of being like in an isolated setting, and like I said, it kind of reminded me of The Shining a lot. And then the last one is you'll find it's like that all over, and this one was like dangerous bedding. That's all I'm gonna say. That one was kind of boring, be honest. I gave that one 2 stars. So for this entire collection, I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. I did really enjoy it, and now I want to read all of Eric's books. Definitely know if you have, or let me know if you have any other recommendations for what I should pick up next from them. But I did start reading Below today. So I started last night a rewatch of Criminal Minds all the way from the beginning. So I've been watching that all day as I've been laying in bed and then reading this during the ads. So I'm on page 36, chapter 8. And this, I believe, is like a Mothman story. We follow this woman named Addie, and she is driving somewhere. She's recently divorced. She's driving somewhere to go on a trip, and she is stuck at this gas station, and it sounds like someone tried to run her off the road or something, and this trucker starts talking to her, and he's actually really nice. He's not like creepy or suspicious or anything, and so they kind of like form this bond, and he's like, listen, I was really freaked out by what happened to you, so like you can follow my truck and we can go together. When something appears on the road, drives the truck off, and now she has to decide, is she gonna try to save herself and leave this stranger, or is she gonna try to help him? This one is boring. It is so boring. There's like 106 pages or something, and like I said, I'm on page 36, so I'm almost halfway, and I'm just really bored by it. I'm gonna finish it. Hopefully I can finish it today because, like I said, surgery tomorrow. So I probably will not be reading because I'm going to be out of my mind. I'm so nervous about how painful the next few days are gonna feel. Obviously I'm not gonna feel anything for a little bit after the surgery, but once that wears off, I'm gonna be in so much pain and I cannot handle pain. But yeah, so that's that, my update for today. I don't know if I'll see you again later because I just feel absolutely destroyed and horrible and so sick. But hopefully I can finish this today as I continue my Criminal Minds rewatch. Hi everyone. It is now Monday, the 10th, and so I need to wrap up this vlog. If you can't tell, I am very swollen today. I am actually looking so much better than I have been. I'll insert like some pictures here so you can see how bad it's been, and so that's why I haven't come to you sooner. It's very difficult for me to talk. Surgery went well, all things considered. This side was a little more rough, and so like this side looks normal. Like if I do this, she's normal. This, she's swollen. But like I said, it looks so much better than it has been. Recovery's been very difficult. I've been in so much pain, haven't slept, haven't ate normally. I am miserable all the time. But hopefully this is getting better. But let me wrap up this video for you. First, I have 2 books that I want to haul before I update you on my reading. So while I was in pain and dying, my Aardvark book box for this month came in, and I got 2 books. So I got The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. I literally don't know anything about this book. I literally just got it in my box because it is Stephen Graham Jones. Now, do I like Stephen Graham Jones? As a person, yeah. His book, My Heart is a Chainsaw, I DNF'd it. I hated that book. So there's a good chance I'm also going to hate this. It is pretty chunky. I literally don't know what it is about, but it's a historical novel. So I don't even know if this one's horror. But, you know, I wanted to give him another try. Who knows? I haven't heard anything because it's out, because it's like a new release. Actually, when I got my book box, it hadn't even come out yet. So that's cool. And then I got You Are Fatally Invited by Andy Pliego. This is a thriller, an exclusive thriller writer's retreat hosted on a private island turns lethal when one of the authors is found murdered in this twisty locked room mystery. So I wanted to pick that up because I'm in a super thriller mood. So those are the 2 books that I got. Now as for reading, since I have last talked to you, I finished 2 books. I didn't think I would be reading a lot in recovery, because if I'm in pain or if I'm sick, the last thing I want to do is read. But I have been reading. I've also been rewatching Criminal Minds. I'm now on season 2. So the first book I finished last time I talked to you was Below by Laurel Hightower, and I told you I was really bored with this one. So I gave it 1 star. It never got better. It never got interesting. It was so boring to me, and I really hated the end. I've heard really good things about this book and this author, but I just couldn't do it. 1 star. Did not enjoy it. And the last book for this vlog that I finished, that I didn't get to update you on at all, because believe it or not, I was talking worse than this. This is like the most I've been able to move my mouth all week. But I read The Night Swim by Megan Golden. So this follows a woman who is a podcaster. She has one of the most popular true crime podcasts in the nation, and she is going to cover this trial. Think like Brock Turner trial. It is very dark and very sad, like a he said she said type of situation. So she's going to cover this in this town called Neapolis. When she gets there, she starts getting like these mysterious notes from this woman about how 25 years ago this woman's sister was murdered, and she wants this podcast to cover it and help unveil the truth. So this one was so interesting, so good. I was a little worried because of the trial aspect, because it is a topic that clearly like is supposed to make you uncomfortable, and it's so difficult and frustrating to read at times. But when you think of like Chanel Miller, this was her real life. This is a real thing that happens all the time. So that I think was handled pretty well. I liked the podcast element. I just love podcasts and stories. This town is also really interesting, Napolis. It's like a seaside town, and it's supposed to be like a small town. Now, one thing I hate is when people are like, oh, my small town of 95,000 people. That's massive. That is not a small town where everyone knows everyone. That is a massive, like, that's a small city to me. So I hate that. But the atmosphere was really, really cool, and I loved the mystery of the 25 years ago murder as well. It gets really, really dark and really gruesome, and like there's a lot of violence against women and children in here, so just be aware of that. But I did really enjoy it. I really want to read more from this author, so if you have a favorite from Megan Golden, definitely let me know. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorites of the year, but not quite a 5 yet. But that is it for this vlog. I have finished 4 books this week, so I don't want to say it quite yet, but I might be out of my reading slump, or at least heading that way. But that is it for this video. If you've made it this far, go ahead and leave the tooth emoji. I'm pretty sure there is a tooth emoji. But that is it. Thank you so much for being with me this week. I will see you next time. Bye.